So the film starts, and we see that a mother is telling the story to a kid. And the name of that kid is Fei Fei. Her mother was telling her that science has achieved a lot of success, and science can tell us everything, that what is the distance between the moon and the earth. This means how far is the earth from the moon. She also tells her about the goddess of the moon. Her father was also sitting there. He asks her that, "Can I tell you science about the moon?" She says, "No, father, I want to hear the story from mother." She starts asking her mother, "Mother, tell me a story about the goddess of the moon." Then her mother tells her the story. She tells her that when goddess was a normal girl, she fell in love with a boy. But then she drank a magic potion. This means she drank something from which she became immortal. She went to the moon for always, and now she lives there. There she waits for the person whom she loved. Now to accompany that goddess, a rabbit also lives with her on the moon. Because the person whom she loved died on the earth, so when she weeps her tears changes into stardust. Then they were looking at the moon. Fei Fei asks her father that, "You think, is it real? That this goddess story told by mother is real or not?" Her father says that, "Daughter, if your mother is telling you so, it will be true." Then her mother says to her to look at the moon and asks her that, "Are you seeing rabbit?" Then they start laughing. Then we see that Fei Fei was playing while putting the rabbit balloon on the stick. She goes to her parents. Her mother says to her that, "Will you help me today in making moon cakes?" Fei Fei's family makes special moon cakes. Now Fei Fei also learns how to make cakes from her parents. Then we see that Fei Fei has grown elder while making moon cakes. This means the time has passed while playing. Now she sells the moon cakes with her mother. But suddenly her mother becomes sick. Before dying, she gifts a rabbit to her daughter. Then 4 years have passed. Fei Fei was sharing moon cake with her mother's picture. Now the moon festival arrives. Fei Fei sells a lot of moon cakes with her father. She also delivers them. All were purchasing moon cakes from her. It seems like her moon cakes are famous. Fei Fei returns home. She sees her father's friend with him and becomes sad. There was the son of her father's friend, and Fei Fei doesn't like him. When Fei Fei was putting lights with her father for the moon festival, her father says to her that she should talk to Aunt. She is a nice lady, means the friend of her father. Fei Fei says that, "Father, we don't need anyone. We are enough for each other." Fei Fei doesn't want her father to marry any other girl, because she misses her mother. Her father wants to talk to her. Meanwhile, that lady comes. This means the friend of her father. She has brought crabs for Fei Fei, because those were her favorites. Then they all sit at the dinner table. Fei Fei picks her rabbit from her chair, because her mother said that no rabbits on the table. That rabbit will not sit at a table or chair. Poor rabbit. They start talking at the dinner table. When Fei Fei sees that her father is getting frank with that lady, Fei Fei doesn't like this. That lady also starts talking with Fei Fei. She says that, "Your father told me that you are fond of meeting goddess." From here they start talking about the goddess of the moon. They all say that it is a silly story, but Fei Fei thinks that it is true. She asks her father that, "Do you also feel like this?" Her father keeps quiet. Fei Fei remembers the old time, when her father said her mother is telling the true story, but now he was quiet. Meanwhile, the son of that lady tells her that, "My mother and your father are getting married soon." Fei Fei starts weeping while coming to her room. She says that, "I wish everything become like before." She thinks that her father is changed. He is not believing in the goddess. She says, "Maybe my father will again believe in that goddess. Maybe he will not do the second marriage." She looks at the moon from her room and returns to her rabbit. Then she starts missing her mother while looking at the moon, because she was feeling that her father has forgotten her mother. She thinks that, "How can I prove to father that the goddess is still on the moon and still waiting for the person whom she loved?" Because the moon is 3 million kilometers far away from here, she thinks that, "Can I go to the moon while making a rocket, so that I can meet the goddess, and I'll prove that it is true?" Then she researches for many days and plans to make a rocket. Fei Fei orders many things, and she does the experiments on the rocket, but no rocket could reach the moon. Then she prepares a rocket of a rabbit shape. She sits in it with her rabbit to go to the moon. When she starts, the rocket plan moves slower than a snail, but it was moving. Slowly, it moved speedily. Now Fei Fei was near the moon, but when suddenly the rocket fuel finishes, they start falling back. Then she listens to the voice of her father's friend's son. She says to him that you are also here. I didn't calculate your weight. Then suddenly a light beam comes and the rocket again starts traveling upward. Maybe it was the attraction light of the moon. Then some aliens attack their rocket. The rocket starts revolving, but finally, it lands on the moon. Then the aliens take Fei Fei and that lady's son to a beautiful castle while flying them. Then the talking moon cakes arrive there. This means the moon cakes, which can talk. They welcome them. They take them to the party. That goddess was singing a song at that party. The rabbit was also there. Fei Fei and that kid enjoy it a lot. Fei Fei hugs that moon goddess. Goddess asks her that what gift she brought for me. But Fei Fei actually didn't bring any gifts. She says that I want to take a picture with you, to prove my father. She takes a picture with her. She says that you can get this picture, but there is a condition. The condition is to search and bring a gift for me. Now to search for the gift, Fei Fei goes on a ride with the moon chickens. That lady's son tries to take the picture and he imprisons in a space. The goddess becomes sad that she couldn't meet the person whom she liked. They're on the roads of the moon. It starts raining. Fei Fei faces difficulty because of it, but at last, she lands on the other side of the moon. She finds a goddess doll from the rocket ship that was given by her mother. The chickens snatch it from her, because whoever will give a gift to goddess, she will fulfill her wish. Fei Fei left alone there. On the other side, the rabbit was preparing that magic potion, the potion which goddess needs. Fei Fei finds a dog. She rides on it and follows those chickens. While going forward, she snatches her doll from those chickens. The chickens again follow her. And while snatching the doll, tears. While being sad, Fei Fei sits down, because she feels like this gift would stop her father to marry again. When Fei Fei feels hungry, she starts eating the moon cakes. She finds a broken piece of locket from them that can connect with everything on the moon. She understands that it is a gift. She immediately runs to give it to that goddess. After having that piece, that goddess becomes happy. While joining her piece and the other piece of the locket, she throws that magical potion on it, so that the person whom she loved can come back. Then the scene turns green. The goddess becomes young. The person whom she liked come back. They meet. But then her lover says that you have to control yourself. Because I can't come again. You have to move on. Saying this, he leaves from there. Goddess becomes sad, and the darkness appears that side. To take her, Fei Fei steps into space. Her friends were seeing her from outside. They feel that Fei Fei is stuck there. Now that goddess says to Fei Fei to move on. Otherwise, you will stay alone like me. And listen if you miss your mother, so remember always she is with you. She didn't leave you. Now that lady's son was worried about Fei Fei. He crosses that barrier. He says to Fei Fei that leave it, we should go home now. Fei Fei also says to that goddess that whom you liked, he had gone, but his spirit is with you. That's why don't become sad. You are wonderful. All moon creatures come to hug and love goddess. And the place again becomes bright. Fei Fei says bye to that dog. She leaves her rabbit there, because it becomes the friend of the rabbit of goddess. Moon goddess gives that picture to Fei Fei. That she clicks with them. To return back, Fei Fei sits on those aliens with that lady's son. The picture burns. And Fei Fei blows it away. Because she learns that we should accept things and grow up. If someone doesn't believe you, leave that person with her thinking. She returns home. Her father again gets married. Then in the last scene, we see that Fei Fei and that lady's son were playing together. This means now they also become friends. In the end, we are shown that the preparations of the Moon Festival were going on, and everyone was making dinner. Then they all have dinner together and were looking happy. Fei Fei was also having dinner with her new mother and father, means with her parents. Then Fei Fei sees the full moon with her father. When she sees the cranes flying, she feels that goddess is here to meet her. Then those cranes fly towards the moon. And here this movie ends. Thank you for watching. See you again.